Hey everyone, MLive's Quinn here at Crisler Center following Michigan's 74-69 win over visiting Minnesota in a game that you could say was as ugly as it was long, but ended in a win for Michigan. And when it comes to Big Ten play in January, as a lot of other programs have taught you, win's a win, very much so, as the cliche goes. But tonight, it's easy to talk about what went wrong for Michigan, but it also kind of gives added weight to why the Wolverines are so reliant on the three ball. They can look like a completely different team when threes are falling. 9 for 31 tonight as a team from beyond the arc for Michigan. A very uncharacteristic night, one of their worst shooting nights of the year. Duncan Robinson, a guy who is arguably one of the 3 or 4 best shooters in the country, not just the Big Ten. He's surely the best shooter in the Big Ten. He goes 3 for 10, missing wide open threes, just things that are kind of fluky, and it happens over the course of a 32-game season. You remember back in the first half, Michigan had one chance to extend a lead from 15 to 18. Duncan Robinson's wide open. And any other night, you just put it on the board before it even left his hands. But he drew iron long, which was his most common miss tonight, was in the back iron. And with shots like that, those are usually the baskets that turn a 6-0 run into a 12-0 run or a 15-2 run, and suddenly the game is over. Michigan looks great, and everyone's celebrating at Crisler Center. But instead, when they're not falling, Michigan can be beatable, even to a team like Minnesota, which winless in the Big Ten, doesn't have very much talent. It's awful statistically in nearly every category, and that ultimately let them hang around throughout the night. Michigan kept shooting and kept missing. Ultimately they found a way, so credit where it's due. This could have been a minor disaster when it comes to the NCAA tournament resume for John Beilein's group. But in the second half, Derek Walton stepped up his game after being pretty much non-existent in the first half. He admitted as much after the game, telling us that he apologized to Zach Irvin for making him shoulder the load so much, and Irvin did carry it, 15 points in the first half. But in the second half, Walton was better. He got to the line. He ended up scoring 16 or 17 of his 22 points in the first half. So they got the job done. They got the win. But you just wonder if one of these nights comes against a team a little bit better, Michigan can suddenly be very, very susceptible to some bad outcomes. So that wasn't the case tonight, though. Another win. Michigan's 14-5 overall, 4-2 in the Big Ten. Still in decent enough shape. Big road trip to Nebraska this weekend. Huskers beat Michigan State tonight. Obviously, a little bit more of a formidable team than any of us had really considered just as recently as 2 weeks ago. Suddenly, Nebraska's on a 4-game winning streak, and that's a big game in the Big Ten now. So until then, I'm Brendan Quinn. Thanks for watching, and I will see you from Lincoln.